Have you ever wondered about the battles that shook the British Empire in India? The battles that were led by the Indian National Army, also known as the INA? This is a tale of courage, strategy, and a burning desire for freedom. Formed in the tumultuous year of 1942, the INA was a force to be reckoned with. Its members, united in their quest for independence, allied strategically with the Axis powers during the Second World War. Their goal, to overthrow the British Raj, the colonial rulers of India. The INA's major battles, such as the Battle of Imphal and the Battle of Kohima, were turning points in India's struggle for independence. Despite being under-equipped and outnumbered, they fought with a valor that shook their adversaries to their core. However, by 1945, the tides of war had turned. The INA was disbanded, marking the end of their battlefield journey. But as we'll see, this was not the end of their story. And so, the INA's fight against the British Empire ended on the battlefield, but a new battle was about to begin. From the ashes of the INA's defeat arose a firestorm of public outrage and political controversy, the INA trials. These trials, held from 1945 to 1946, were not your ordinary court proceedings. They were a spectacle, a stage where the officers of the Indian National Army were put under the spotlight, accused of treason, and tried in the historic Red Fort. But these trials were more than just a judicial process. They were a catalyst, a spark that ignited the flame of nationalism across the length and breadth of India. These court proceedings, broadcasted on radio, became a rallying point for the Indian masses. The defendants, Dhillon, Sehgal, and Shah Nawaz Khan, were not just officers on trial, they were symbols. Symbols of India's fight for freedom, of the country's undying spirit of resistance against colonial rule. The public outrage and widespread protests that followed the trials were unprecedented. The British for the first time witnessed the collective might of an India united by the cause of freedom. The trials shook the very foundations of the British Empire in India, making the colonial rulers realize that their hold on India was slipping away. The defense team, led by the likes of Jawaharlal Nehru and Vallabhbhai Desai, put forth a spirited fight, turning the trials into a platform to question the very legitimacy of British rule in India. The courtroom became a theatre of resistance, echoing with powerful speeches and stirring debates that reverberated across the country. The INA trials, although a court proceeding, became a battleground in their own right, stirring the Indian consciousness like never before. In a surprising turn of events, Lord Mountbatten, the last Viceroy of India, had a conversation that sheds light on the true impact of the INA's actions. This revelation came during an intimate chat with Amiya Bose, the son of Subhas Chandra Bose, the iconic leader of the INA. The conversation proved to be an eye-opener, a moment in history that was both unexpected and telling. Mountbatten, a seasoned diplomat and military strategist, laid bare an astonishing truth. He confessed that the relentless battles waged by the INA and the subsequent trials had shaken the very foundation of British rule in India. The INA's unyielding spirit, their fierce determination, and the immense public support that they garnered were more than the British had bargained for. The trials that were meant to break the INA's resolve had instead sparked a wave of nationalistic fervour across the country. The British Empire was grappling with an unprecedented crisis of control. It was the INA's relentless fight that was in fact a significant trigger, nudging the British towards the decision to leave India. The INA, once dismissed as a rebel group, had, in reality, become the catalyst for the end of the British Raj. This was not just a military feat, it was a triumph of the spirit, a testament to the power of a united front against an oppressive regime. Mountbatten's conversation with Amiya Bose was not just a casual chat. It was a moment of revelation, a moment of truth that unveiled the real force behind the end of British rule in India. The INA had done more than fight a war. They had ignited a revolution. Mountbatten's admission underlines the pivotal role played by the INA in India's struggle for independence. So, what does all this mean for us today? It's vital to understand that the INA battles and trials weren't merely chapters in a history book. They were defining moments in India's struggle for independence. The INA, under the leadership of Subhas Chandra Bose, challenged the mighty British Empire, defying the conventional norms of warfare. Each battle fought was a symbol of courage, resilience, and an unwavering belief in the prospect of freedom. Simultaneously, the INA trials illuminated the profound impact of these events on the Indian psyche. These trials, held in the colonial courts, stirred the collective conscience of the nation, leading to widespread protests and a heightened call for independence. The trials were not just legal proceedings. They were political battlegrounds where the idea of an independent India was fiercely defended. The INA battles and trials have left an indelible mark on India's memory. They serve as a constant reminder of the sacrifices made and the lengths to which the people were willing to go for their freedom. The INA battles and trials were more than just historic events. They were a testament to the indomitable spirit of a nation striving for freedom.